BeatStars.com. 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 BeatStars.com.
Okay. What up? What's up, everybody? How's it hanging? I'm still figuring all this shit out, so this is a different platform that I'm streaming at. Can you hear me though? How's the mic sound? I like this setup. I really do. This is different. Very now with the show. Oh boy, I'm pretty much started from scratch again with all this shit. Shout out to the one cloud watcher, whoever you are. Not much has changed since the last stream. With the last, I don't know why I went on StreamYard for. I said I wasn't going to, and I started anyway. I cut that within like 30 seconds. It felt doesn't even feel right to go for that on anymore to stream with. I've recommended this to a few folks, and they're too um, dead set on StreamYard that yeah, I'm probably one of the only very few who's going to be using this. So I'll be real with you. It's a little annoying compared to StreamYard, but once you figure out the nooks and crannies of this, there's so much more you can do on here. Come on, man. It was either going to be this or Prism, Prism. Keep getting fucking calls, man. It keeps fucking me up. I apologize. What's up, Doc? I pretty much left StreamYard for having to bump up to use my shit, bump up plans to use my intros that I made. I appreciate that, Doc. And it annoyed me because I worked hella hard on those intros, man. How to sync up the songs, how to get the right scene on the right part when the song hits or when the beat drops. I'm very, what's the word? Nuanced when I'm making something, right? And edit. Now I'm just like, you know what? If I have to pay to use the shit that I made, I'm not gonna use you. The AC cracking on this hot shit. But anywho, what's going on with y'all? What's cracking in the world of the interwebs? I think fuck, I gotta go watch back what the last topic was supposed to be. Oh, it was the rights thing. He was going to cover the thing about the politically speaking. It's not going to be a. I'm not, I try not to make this a political thing, but politically speaking, it's I'm more along the lines of of a grift. Right? I tether back and forth between. I don't want to cover a dead issue already because I remembered that it was going to be like. Hmm. But what y'all think about this though? How y'all? You can do more over here on Restream than you can with StreamYard. And StreamYard is pretty much straight to the point. It's really easy to use. It's really directly to the point. It's really straightforward. But if I want to stand out, bro, if I really want to get the treat something to the eye, I gotta get something different, right? I didn't want to, right? I really did like StreamYard. I really did, but I figured also if I really want to stand out, I gotta use something different that nobody else is, or at least not a lot are. I think maybe one or two other streamers that I've seen use this. It's like a very small amount. Either people use YouTube itself or use StreamYard and funnel to YouTube. But I don't think I've seen many use this. So again, like I said, once I get shit figured out over here on this side. There is a thing called Prism, Prism. The homie Hangout uses it. Shout out to Josh. I've tried with that, and I don't know. I couldn't really get comfortable with it. But yeah, anywho, what I really wanted to talk about mostly was, can people really define what a right is? Right? Because when I ask people these things, these type of questions, they can't really give me a definitive answer. Not what are your rights, but what is a right. It pretty much boils back down to, like, I guess, privileges, right? And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a lot of people love to talk about rights, like women's rights, reproductive rights, men's rights, immigrant rights, yada yada yada, right? And I get that, but at the same time, I'm just like, nowadays, because I've been listening to like a few people's channels that I've wander out to. And mind you, this is a whole new way of thinking, right? Because growing up, I've always clinged on to the notion of like, well, rights are your American God given, this, then the third. But never in my life, honestly, have I ever heard that be challenged. People will say that they're God given, inalienable, but and it's in really I can't really take a side either way on each whatever the answer I'm given about it because to be honest with you, fuck, I'm still dealing with that shit myself. It's something I think about from time to time when I'm doom scrolling and I see some shit. If I were to give it my answer, right, I would probably say that they're more along the lines of responsibilities, you know, duties, but also I looked it up, and a large portion, or if not a large portion, a good number of fellow Christians also believe that's more along the lines of like you have to choose between either are you a Christian or are you a patriot, and I guess I pretty much fall along the line of like be in this world, not of it. It's an interesting concept, right? It really is because it's more or less challenging the status quo, right? Regardless of what it is, what you think it's on your side, what isn't. But anywho, right? It's all bread and butter, I guess. I was gone, so I'm gonna steal a topic, and I returned, and they had to cut the live. But the question was regarding whether or not if women add to the quote unquote space, right? Whatever that means to you, per se. And it sounds vague, right? It sounds vague. It sounds vague, right? But honestly, it's a straightforward question. What's up, Xerax? I've been streaming. You just been gone. I'm just on a different platform now. I'm still on YouTube, but I'm not using StreamYard anymore. I'm on Restream now. But people, man, I was gone for the stream, so I wasn't able to catch it. So I pretty much said, "Fuck it, I'll bring it over here and see what I get for it." Can y'all hear me or not? Man, I'm fucking up. Oh shit, man. And to be honest, to answer that question, yes, they can be, and some are a lot. But I would say because not a lot of them hit the panel, right? And I guess if you're gonna tie it into both those who hit the panel and just our chat bots, right? For lack of a better word. This is like my what second? This is my first official day on it. Um, I did a test run the other day, and I liked how it went. You can do more on here than StreamYard. You can do pretty much the same, but there's a little bit more that you could do on here. Before I digress too much and lose my train of thought, like I do a lot. Okay, cool, cool. Um, I'll be real with you. Maybe I'm in the minority of like I always am, right? But the women are good for the space. They are good for it, right? And I'm talking about in a general sense. I can give a fuck less who likes me and who doesn't within it, right? Which other women do or don't like me, but that's irrelevant, right? I'm talking about do we add right when they're on the panel? Do they add to the conversation? When they're in the chat, do they continue the conversation forward? Um, some of the shit, man. No, you're good. Don't you didn't do anything. You're good. Um, it would be weird, right, for to have just men talk, right? I mean, if you're gonna have just men, then have the topic be about a man topic, right? But if it's an encompassing overall general type of thing that literally includes both men and women, then it would be odd not to have both men and women on it. But I will say though, because there's a lot of men and women looking for that's wrong with them, right? Like, well, I'll bring up a general term, right? The real ones that, and pretty much what not it's not the only ones asking this, but it feels like it because they're the loudest ones about it. They're the ones who perpetually always look for something wrong with the other to bitch about to begin with. So it's like the question is asked in bad faith from the jump, regardless of how truthful and good of a question that is. A lot of the time, the people asking that don't even know what the fuck, not even know what the word means, and not only what it looks like when the action itself is being done. There'll be some women that join the panel and they'll fucking, mind you, I'm not attacking nobody specifically. I'm just talking about overall in general. They'll join the panel and the topic will be about accountability, right? How come yada yada don't take accountability? There'll be a man or woman and they're just, how come, and regardless of what you tell them, right? How definitive of an answer that they said they want, and you give them, yeah, but what about, but what about, yeah, but, shit. It's my fucking internet. It's me. It's not. It's not the website. It's me. How come man? How come you guys don't do this? How come you guys don't beat up the guy from 3 blocks down who beat up his girlfriend? How come you don't beat up the girl who No, no, no. I'm not attacking. Man, I feel like I'm gonna have to go on a huge explaining tour about this. I'm not attacking men or women either side. I'm not. I'm saying there's people here who, no matter what you tell them for an answer, both men and women, they're only up there to keep the conversation going in bad faith. They're not looking for an answer, regardless of what it is or what it's about. That's the way of keeping the conversation going. Because, in all honesty, they can't carry the conversation, so they ask 100 questions, regardless of what you tell them, and they're gonna keep begging for answers they're not even listening to begin with. What I don't understand personally is how you're going to perpetuate degeneracy within your own community and then complain about it, and how come nobody fixes it? Oh, because drama brings the views, drama brings this, drama brings that, ratchet brings this, ratchet brings that. What are you complaining about then? If it brings you the money, if it brings you the views, what's really there to complain about then? I think both sides want fairness, but the only ones going on these panels asking these 100 questions a second are not looking for, like, let's be real. Who here is putting the work into action from the conversations? What are you taking away from the conversation that you can entail in your life that says, yeah, I can put forth this, and here's what I've done, and here's what I got from it? How come men do this? How come women this? How come men this? How come women that? It's not even a gender war. It's just it's perpetually done by both sides. Not even attacking each other. You just say shit just to say shit. It's like we get in a fight, right? Let me put it in a way that I think everybody can answer. We get in a fight, a fist fight, and regardless of what it's about, right? I take your shoes or you take my shoes. And someone tells him, hey, your shoes are missing. I think he has your shoes. Right? Instead of getting my shoes back, I complain about not having shoes. Does that make any sense? What? I tiptoe? What are you talking about? Oh, shut my phone. I am the most absolute wrong guy to tell that I tiptoe around shit. I bite my tongue so much, you have absolutely no idea. Because absolutely, and I promise you this, I don't give a fuck who it is. Absolutely nobody is looked down on more than me. Nobody. Because I'm the racist. I'm the bad guy. I'm this. I'm that. Because I'm the only one with the balls to say shit back when someone says something stupid. Who isn't black, by the way, right? Say something back when somebody says some stupid shit to me. I'm gonna be real with you. If you can see the shit that I post on my IG, that's just like an inkling, like a tip of the iceberg type of shit that I let out. Yeah, they do. These problems need to be acknowledged. If they're just gonna keep talking about it just for the sake of generation of of views, of traffic, of likes, of this, that, and the third. Mind you, at the same time, I'm not attacking nobody. You run your channel how you run fit. You do what the fuck you want wholeheartedly. I'm obviously gonna ride with you because that's your channel, and I'm there for the sake of right supporting and all that shit. So in a way, right? I'm what's the word? I'm engaging with all that shit too. So I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm just being it. And even if I was being a hypocrite, at least I'm being straightforward about the activity that I see going on. I never know how these live streams are gonna go. I never do. Before I hit that live button, I'm like, ah. Pero es la vida. That's life. That's what all the people say. I feel like Thanos sometimes, bro. Like I am the only one who knows, or I'm the only one with the will to act upon it. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Um, it's crazy to me, right? I don't know who it was that said this, but it came true in a way, right? Maybe this is the beginning of it. Maybe this is the catalyst for it. Maybe this is the genesis for it. I don't know. But the space in and of itself as a whole, in general, right, doesn't really have legs to stand on. It really doesn't. So you need to really more or less to keep the inklings of the talks of it alive, you have to generate something that says, here's what we do in this space, or here's what the space is about, right? Even though in and of itself, the so-called space, right, doesn't really have a name, right? If you looked at all these other sectors, they have one that doesn't have a name. Even though it does similar things to a lot of the other things, it's like a combination of everything, all thrown into one, right? And in a fucked up way, right? In a fucked up way, I'm not even really saying to stop, right? I'm just pointing it out. What's chosen to be done after that, I have absolutely no control, and I know I don't. Right? I wouldn't even want it, even if I were to. So it is what it is. I'm not really trying to hold nobody to a standard or right. I'm not. I don't really care. And if you would like details on when I'm going live or where we chit chat at, got my own server, the gas station. Good. Oh man, I don't know what's going on with my fucking internet, bro. It's really pissing me off. Also, if you like to shoot your boy a couple of dollars or a penny here and there, it'd be greatly appreciated, bro. Seriously. There's no mandate for you to do it, but well, people like to get paid for my time. I'm just gonna be straightforward with this shit. I don't care. But straight up though, if I can see a big YouTuber not get any love, shit, I'm like one of those like, fuck, what does that mean for me? So I think ultimately, I think I'm pretty much out of what the fuck to talk about, right? I really wanted to get a group going, right? I don't know if y'all watch wrestling or not or whatever the fuck, but I really wanted to get a group together and talk about wrestling shit. It won't just be wrestling, right? But it'll be mostly about wrestling. But overall, if y'all like the setup, if y'all like all this that I'm doing on this now, regardless of what you're here for, either watching the clouds or that's facts. Hopefully my fucking internet's better next time. I'm gonna get dinner started and I'm gonna chill. I'll see y'all in the next one. All right, see ya.